great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of invasion. Welcome back to the Immigration Answer Show. My name is Jim Hacking. This is episode 939 of the Immigration Answer Show. I'm here with my friend Mariana. She's keeping good care of all of you in the intake green room. I was in a real green room today because I was on the radio this morning at noon Central talking about some of our cases on the local NPR affiliate. So I was in a real green room, and now if you want to talk to me, you got to go sit in the green room and wait for Mariana to push you through to the backstage. I'm not sure why exactly, but Hooli tells me that it seems some people are nervous to come talk to me. I hope it's not because I've been crabby lately. I don't know what it is, but listen, if you want to ask me a question, this is the best time possible. If you're watching on TikTok, go over to the YouTube channel at, what are we? We're hacking, no. Yeah, you can do Hacking Immigration Law or Immigration Answer Show, either one. If you look for that, you'll find us, and you can come on in and ask us a question. So let's go ahead and get started. Mariana's got some people backstage for me. I'm going to talk to Jenny, then Nessa, then Ali. Hello, Jenny.
Hello, can you hear me?
You don't sound like Jenny.
Sorry, we were told to put different names.
It's all good.
So, I'm a 22-year-old citizen, and I'm looking to help my mother become a citizen as well. She's currently in the United States. She came here in 2001. She went back to Mexico in 2007. She came back 2008, and immigration made her sign something, and she was sent back. In 2009, she tried again, and she made it here safely, and she has been here ever since. I'm looking to see what her options are, what my options are, what I can do for her, and just if you could help out with anything.
She might very well have a permanent bar from entering and getting kicked out and entering again. That can keep her from getting a future immigration benefit. And that's probably why you guys haven't taken any action since you turned 21. But you know, I would say we probably need to do a USCIS and CBP FOIA to try to get her file and see what exactly they've declared and what's happened. But if she's been ordered deported and snuck back in, that's a huge problem.
Okay.
And
So
then you
she
have to
can.
ask yourself. Then you have to ask yourself, hey, she's not really on their radar at the moment. Do we really want to raise our hand at this particular time when
Right.
they are taking the position that anybody who entered without inspection is not entitled to a bond hearing? So I think this is probably the worst possible time, even though you had to wait till you turn 21 for filing for her. But I think that this might be one of those cases where it's better to not file anything.
Okay. So you're saying she was ordered to be deported when she tried to come here? Is that what you're saying?
No, you said she got sent back once, right?
Yeah, she wasn't like this was during like at the border. Like they made her sign something and then she was just sent back. She wasn't like completely here and got arrested or something like that.
So that's one, that's why we have to get her file, and two, that's probably was an expedited removal order.
Okay.
So then if you get removed and then you sneak back in, that can be very problematic.
Okay. What is the removal called that you're saying?
Okay, so if you're going to go and get her file, you want to request her file from CBP, Customs and Border Protection,
Okay.
EOIR, which is the Immigration Court, and USCIS in case there's ever been any kind of application filed for her. All those things are something you'd want to look at before you file anything for her. because let's say that you filed for her, and let's say she entered without inspection after being ordered deported. If you file an I-130 petition and say, I'm a U.S. citizen, this is my mom, I want to get her status, they say, okay, Jenny, come on in for your interview. And when you come in for your interview, they take your mom into custody and put her in deportation and put her in detention until she's deported.
Right. So not something we want to do at the moment, I guess.
I would say no.
So just you would say to find her file and see what it says, and if it says that she was ordered deported, then not file at the moment, or just ever, I guess.
Well, I wouldn't say absolutely not, but I would say that you need to have somebody look at everything after it's obtained.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you very much.
Bye, Jenny. See ya. Sriha says, hi, Jim. I'm actually scared to talk to you. I think you're amazing, but I get scared because what if I couldn't explain you well, get nervous, and you said, okay, bye-bye, LOL. So I think I'm pretty patient with people, except when they tell me they did some internet research and try to tell me I'm wrong. Other than that, I'm pretty patient. We had a guy on here last week who had a very heavy stutter. I think we sat with him for a good long while trying to figure out if we could help him and what his situation is. So I would say, don't be scared. If you are scared, just put that in your name, and then I'll be extra nice. Nessa, hello.
Hey Jim, how are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm great. We had our interview today, and our I-130 got approved.
Nice.
So I thought I would give a little bit of a background because we filed for the I-130 and I-45. So a little background on my husband. He's from Venezuela. He came here through CBP-1, was detained at the border, and then paroled into the United States, and came in through the El Paso border. He has been here since March of last year, and we met, well, became boyfriend and girlfriend in May of 2024 and got married March of this year. The first thing we did is added names to our bank accounts, and then we got our house here in Texas because he was here in Texas at the time and I was still back home in Cincinnati, Ohio. So I was still in Ohio, and then we got a house down here, have a joint lease, joint documents, bank statements, utilities, everything like that. And we went to the interview today in the Houston field office. The officer was extremely nice, extremely nice. And he also spoke Spanish, which is my husband's native language. And so that came in handy. The only real serious question that he really asked me is how me and my husband communicate. But I also speak Spanish, so I told him that really wasn't a problem. I just told him I speak Spanish also, but I mainly speak English. And he's like, I understand. So the I-130 questions weren't really that hard, honestly. He just asked if we had more like evidence, and I gave him utility bills because honestly, we mainly do like our utilities and stuff like through paper and stuff like that. That way we not wouldn't have when and everything when to pay everything.
Yeah.
So I gave him those utilities, and then I gave him that's pretty much all I gave him. And I told him, I was like, do you want to look at the pictures? And he's like, well, did you upload them on unsolicited evidence? And I said yes. So he's like, okay, then you're fine. And then he went on to the I-45 questions with my husband. And these were easy. Now, the only thing that he really changed was my husband was in the military in Venezuela, and he put on the lawyer put on the papers that he was in for 4 years, but he was in for 7, not 4. So he changed that, and that was pretty much it on that. We're still waiting on a response for the 485, but he told us due to the fact that because my husband was placed in deportation proceedings right when he got here, and also to add, my husband has a pending asylum at the same time. So he said because my husband's in for deportation proceedings, it might make it a little bit more harder. But he said that we should be okay. But he said that they just need to review everything and make sure everything's good. He does have an I-94, so he has the legal entry into the country. But due to the fact that Trump got rid of CBP1 and ended my husband's I-94 a year early. So that's how our interview went. It was, in my opinion, very good, very easy. The officer was great. Only real thing that he really wanted to make a copy of was my birth certificate and our marriage certificate. And I even offered to give him a copy of my daughter's emergency contact list for school because my husband's on it. That's her stepdad. But he didn't even want that. He was like, everything in my opinion is in the clear for you for the I-130.
Well, clearly he liked the I-130. That was easy. So
Yeah.
I have a couple questions.
Yeah.
Did your attorney go with you to the interview?
No.
Number 2, on your husband's notice to appear in immigration court, the NTA,
Mm-hmm.
is he classified as an arriving alien?
It says DT
No.
on his I-94.
On his I-94. I'm talking about on the NTA. On the NTA at the very top, it would say...
Yes, it says arriving alien.
Okay. So bear with me here. I'm going to throw some law at you and some legalese stuff.
No, you're good.
Okay. So you mentioned that Trump got rid of the the app and parole and all that stuff. And they believe that the Biden administration abused parole and that the mass parole that they allowed people to come in was illegal.
Mm-hmm.
So for everybody, I believe everybody right now who entered that way, who marries a U.S. citizen, based on what I'm hearing from everybody in the comments and based on what I'm hearing from people that call our office for help, USCIS is sitting on all those cases, approving. Sometimes
I already kind of expect that, honestly.
Yeah.
I told my husband that too, because I talked to you about this last week too, and I told you about my husband's I-94.
Okay.
And I told my husband, I was like, listen, I think they're going to sit on it regardless, because you're from Venezuela, a country that Trump hates,
Right.
and secondly, they got rid of CBP1. They're just going to sit on it, in my opinion.
Yep.
I told him that. Now, I brought a copy of my husband's new recent I-94 because he only had an old one. But I did my digging because watching your show, and I got his regular I-94, his updated I-94, and I brought that in. And the officer said that he already had it. So I was like, okay.
Right. But so within that internal policy of sitting on everybody from Venezuela who was paroled in because they don't feel like they can properly vet them and security check them. So all that is true. And I believe that when someone like your husband is classified as an arriving alien, USCIS does still have jurisdiction to adjudicate the I-45. So what I would have liked to have had happened is for your lawyer to have gone with you and to advocate on your husband's behalf and say, look, you just mentioned the fact that Nessa's husband was in removal. That doesn't matter. You can still adjudicate and approve the I-45. You have jurisdiction, and I would have briefed it for him.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So
I see where you're going.
I think there was a missed opportunity there.
Mm-hmm.
So the next best thing, I believe, would be for your lawyer to send them a 2-page legal argument as to why that officer, who you said was very nice, has jurisdiction to adjudicate his I-45. And then once that's approved, then you go to immigration court and say, too bad, MFers, he's a green card holder.
Right.
That's what needs to happen.
Okay. Now, I'm going to talk to her about that today now that you bring that up. That way, at least we can prepare for that. Now, my second question.
I might be wrong, but I think I'm right.
Yeah. Now, my other question is, I haven't talked to our lawyer about this yet, but she didn't want us to pull the asylum yet until his I-485 got approved.
Yeah.
Is that the right way to do it?
100%.
Okay. All right, great. And thanks to you, I followed all your advice, and now our I-130 got approved, and we're just waiting on the I-485 now. So I appreciate everything you do.
Let us know what happens with that. I'll be very interested to hear. Thank you, Nessa.
Oh, sure. Thank you.
Bye. All right. That was our friend Nessa calling back. Let's go to Ali. Hello, Ali.
Hey, Jim. How are you?
What's up?
Hey, I have a little problem here. I mean, I entered the U.S. in B2 visa. That was like 10 years ago. Got asylum, get approved, get a green card, get my citizenship. So I applied for Nexus, Trusted Travel Program. You know, you go into Canada and in the United States. That one get denied for the first time, and then this year I was like, okay, let me log in and see what my application is. Then I couldn't find like my application, so I put a new application. They send an email. They say, no, you already have an application exists. So they get another payment. So that one deny and says immigration violation. And then they didn't say, what the immigration violation is. Like I have very clean history. But this is not the problem. The problem is I applied for a law enforcement officer, and then June the background investigation, they dropped me out. They disqualify me because of this. So I went to the deferred inspection in here in Washington, and I sit with the CPP officer, very nice guy, and he was like, I couldn't find anything. He said like everything, like I mean, you already get asylum approved and you're citizen now. Like I don't know why this one is still in your record, but he said I don't see anything in your record right now from my system. So I don't know what to do right now, because now I have to go to different agency, and then probably I'm gonna go, through
I think.
background.
What do you think they're talking about?
I mean, I think it's maybe the overstay from the B2 visa still there.
That's
No,
not. Nah. What country are you from?
Iraq.
What's your background?
I mean, like,
Work background. Sorry.
work background. I mean, in the big when I arrived to the U.S., started working for Microsoft, and now I work for the county.
So you came as a refugee,
No, I came in a B2 visa.
and then you applied for asylum and were granted asylum
Yes,
by the asylum office or by the immigration court.
asylum officer.
So if I had to guess, I would pull my asylum application and see what groups I listed membership in that application.
Yeah, wasn't listed to any group on the application. When I that's a good question. And then I also get granted asylum when Trump was president too. So
Yeah.
because the first so I got recommended approval when Obama was president, and then when Trump became president, I did a second interview. And this is like 6 hours of interview. Wasn't fun at all.
6 hours. Okay, so that's a clue. So
Yeah.
the very first time I sued USCIS for an asylum delay, I had an 8-hour interview, a 6-hour interview, and a 2-hour interview before my guy got his asylum. So this is probably, and you're telling me that during those 6 hours, they didn't ask you about any groups, because that's all we effing talked about when I had that.
It's interesting. So the asylum officer, she left my entire case, and she was asking me about because I worked with the U.S. military for a little bit, and then she was asking me about the pictures. Say like, who's this picture? Because I have all the picture with the military in Iraq, and she was focusing all on what the pictures. She wanted answer about those pictures. When do you take these pictures? And I was like, that's kind of weird. Like,
What was the purpose of your visit?
it was like to see my brother.
And did you do that?
Yeah. I mean, I came in when the situation was really horrible in Iraq. So
How early in the Trump administration did you have that second interview?
Was probably after 1 year, 1.5 years.
Okay.
So I did the first interview in 2015, and then the second interview was like late 2016.
And do you have a job right now?
Yeah, I work for the county.
But you want to work for the federal government?
No.
Well, what jobs are? So I thought this was affecting your ability to get jobs.
No. So yes. So with law enforcement is different. They do like a different background investigation than other.
Yeah.
Like and they use like the federal data system. I don't know.
With a state job?
For law enforcement only.
Did the FBI ever come visit you?
No,
Never?
never.
So the 6 hours that you spent at your second asylum interview was all going over the pictures of you with military stuff?
No, not really. I mean, it was also like going through my case, like what happened, tell me about this. And then there's a lot of question because I got a recommended approval. There's a lot of question like I don't even remember in my case. And she understand that, she was very mean. She was not the nicest officer that time. She was one of the meanest officer you can see.
On the second interview?
On the second interview, yeah.
They probably brought her in from DC to really get you. Okay.
Yeah, they came from San Francisco because Washington, they don't have asylum officer, and then they flew all the way from San Francisco. And then what's her name? Elmi Bardini was the director at that time.
So, have you ever done a Freedom of Information Act request for your USCIS file?
No, not fully. I did for the CBB, and then now they use portal, like you can request those, do FOIA requests, and he was like, "Oh, we need it in writing." I was like, "You guys want to lie?"
So I would do a USCIS FOIA request.
Mm-hmm.
I would also do an FBI background check where you can submit your fingerprints to the FBI and ask them for a report on you, see what they have. And then I would stop applying for things until I get answers, until I feel comfortable I know what it is that they're concerned about. I don't think there's much value to all this. Because I mean, I'm not trying to scare you or anything, but the Trump people love to talk about denaturalization, and I've seen so many long decisions jumping all around about people's support of the U.S. military, and they often take very twisted, weird views where on this day you are a friend and this day you are a foe. So I would really probably just lay low for a while, and I would track down all my files.
Okay.
All right,
Jim.
Good luck, Ali.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you.
If I had to make a list of the people that I think have been screwed the most by the federal government when it comes to immigration since George W. Bush, it would be people that helped our military in Iraq and Afghanistan. In Afghanistan, we left these guys to be slaughtered by the Taliban. In the United States, we treat guys like Ali at the bottom of the barrel, and the worst we could do, instead of holding them up for helping keep our soldiers alive, it's really one of the worst things that has been true for the last 20 years when it comes to the immigration service. Jay, hello.
Hey, Jim.
Hi, Jay.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yo.
Oh, yeah. Just a quick question here. So, how long does N400 cases take to process in New York? And,
NYC, Manhattan?
I don't know where it's being processed because I just have I applied a month back.
Well, where do you live? Where do you live?
In one of the boroughs of New York City.
Okay, so you're probably looking at about 9 or 10 months for an interview, maybe a little faster. Everything's going very fast right now, N400s especially. Just New York is in and of itself a busy place, so probably 6, 7, 8, 9 months, something like that.
Oh, okay. And my I-751 is pending as well. I have a 48-month extension letter. So it's been more than 1 year since it's pending, and I put in my N400, got my 797C, and I'm waiting. So how long should I wait? Like, should I wait the whole 9 months? Or should I for my N400? Like,
what do you mean should you wait? What else would you do?
Can I sue?
Not after a year.
Oh, year of waiting for N400.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so that would be like it's just a month since I applied, so that would be another.
You're chilling.
6. Okay, all right. Thanks, Jim.
Okay, bye. That was Jay. Hey, somebody's wondering if I'm negative. Let's see, what does it say? Not to be rude, but Jim seems so negative. Yeah, I don't think so. I think I'm pretty positive, but there's just a lot of bad stuff going on right now. And if you're thinking I was negative about how they're treating the people that helped our soldiers, yeah, I'm negative because it's bad. And if you ask me, hey, Jim, what do you think about Stephen Miller and Thomas Homan taking away the automatic EAD extensions? Yeah, I'm going to be pretty pessimistic about that too. Of course, I'm a U.S. citizen and I can work with impunity, but the idea that there's any reason other than to screw immigrants for not automatically extending EADs is bullshit. And the fact that they did it without notice and comment is illegal. So somebody was asking me, Jim, do you think there's going to be litigation over it? Yes, there will be litigation over it. They're not following the rules. They're not following the law. They love not to follow the law. They love to accuse everyone else of not following the law. But the truth is, USCIS, ICE, CBP break the law every day. It's run by people who use their jets to fly their girlfriends around, who take bags of cash with $50,000 in them during an FBI sting. It's run by, at the top of the criminal enterprise, a sexual predator who's been convicted of fraud and who should be in jail, but instead, idiots in this country voted him back into office. So, yeah, I'm not really optimistic these days about the state of the country and specifically the state of immigration because it's run by people who refuse to follow the law, who are getting nailed in court, but are getting supported by a bunch of bums on the Supreme Court who... I should just be quiet. All right. With that happy note, I did J already, right? I think I did J. I just did J, right? Yep. DK, hello.
Hey, hi Jim. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. So, appreciate all your support to the community. So I have a quick question. So I moved with my family in the month of October last year, and it's been 1 year since we moved here. So I myself currently in H4 visa, whereas my wife is working in an H1B visa. So her H1B expired last September, and they have filed for extension, and we have got the receipt notice. Mm, and currently, I'm pursuing my master's, so I would like to do the change of status from H4 to F1.
Okay.
So while my wife's H1B is still under progress, is it okay for me to file the change of status?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Are you going to pay for premium processing?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to do that.
I would do that. Yeah. I think you should be fine. What are you worried about? What bad could happen if you change from an F4 to an H4 to an F1?
I was a little worried about, like, while the other I-539 document has already been submitted and it's under progress, I was worried, like, if I could submit another document for another purpose.
You're probably going to confuse them. So
Okay.
that's a legit concern. Why are you switching now?
I was advised by advisor saying that only if I complete 50% of the course, whatever I enrolled in masters, I have to complete under F1 status. Only then my STEM OPT will get activated.
Okay, then I would definitely go ahead and change.
Okay. So will that be a problem? Like, if the result doesn't come in favor of me, either this change of status or H4 extension, like, will that impact stay here?
Of course. If both got denied, of course.
Okay. So what should I do next? Like, if, because my wife's extension, it has been filed separately by her employer, and for me and my kid, I have filed on my own. So what happens if my wife's get up and
I would make sure that the employer's attorney knows that this is what you're going to try to do.
Okay.
So the kid's going to stay on H4. What's the kid going to do?
He is gonna stay on H4.
Yeah. I think you might confuse them. I think you might. Do you have to do this right now?
Okay.
You can. Do you have to do this right now?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, good luck, DK.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Let's go over to Annie. Annie, hello. I got Annie.
Hi, Jim.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. So my case is a pending 751 N400 case. I have my interview scheduled for October 6th, and I reached out sometime in August to reschedule it.
Why?
My spouse was traveling. It was pre-booked for his job. He couldn't get out of it, and he had to go.
Okay.
So I reached out to CIS, and I actually got a letter rescheduling my N400. At the time, I didn't really think anything of it because I just saw reschedule. So I was like, okay, this is rescheduled. And then on the 6th, the day of my interview, I got a denial on my 751 claiming I didn't show up for my interview. And then later on, I got a denial on my N400 claiming I didn't show up for my N400 either, despite the fact that the N400 was rescheduled. And then I've gone ahead and filed because it's almost 30 days. So I went ahead and filed the I-290B with all the evidence that I have in requesting for it to be rescheduled and the confirmation from CIS as well. I'm just wondering, what else can I do? I was thinking of filing a fresh 751, but the lawyers that I've consulted have said that's likely to get denied because I'm past the 90 days of.
They don't know what they're talking about. Were those immigration lawyers?
Yes.
Okay. So just so you know, we've had 751s approved for people that filed 9 years after the deadline.
Okay.
So those people that you talk to don't know what they're talking about. Okay. So the request to reschedule the interview.
Yes.
Well, first of all, let's back up. The notice scheduling the interview,
Mm-hmm.
the original notice that you got for October 6th,
Mm-hmm.
did it say that it was an interview on the 751 and the N400?
Yes, it was consolidated.
Okay. And was it like on the green paper or was it on a white piece of paper?
It was on I believe it was on a white piece of paper.
Okay. And okay. I mean, did it look like your usual 797s or did it look like maybe it was done on a computer in the field office?
It came from the field office because it had the field office's address on it.
Okay. All right. So when you made your request to reschedule the was it October 6th?
October 6th. Yep.
Yeah. When you made your request to reschedule, did you do that in writing or just by calling?
Just by calling because it just said to do the contact center. So that's what I did.
Okay. Have you checked the EOIR portal to see if you are in deportation?
Yes, I check every day. I haven't seen anything yet.
Okay. What field office was your interview scheduled for?
New York City, Manhattan.
Okay. And the notice that you received rescheduling the interview was just for the N400?
Yes.
Okay. Well, if you are a belts and suspended, I mean, first of all, I hate 290Bs. I think they're worthless.
Okay.
So I think that at the very least, you should have gone to the interview and made sure that they understood everything that was happening, even though they told you they would reschedule, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the one thing I would think about, I mean, so if you want to go ahead and file a new 751, you should.
Okay.
Alternatively, what you might want to do is have our firm sue them for the wrongful denial of your 751 and your N400. I think it'll be a lot quicker,
Okay.
faster, and it'll get you back into status at the same time. So you might want to do a 751 just so you don't end up in removal, but that might already be underway. So if you want to do everything, you could do everything.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that a lawsuit would get them to reopen the thing and put you back in a position to have your interview on the 751 and the N400.
Okay.
We've had great success with those lawsuits.
Okay. Is there any point, because I also got the N400 denied, is there any point filing the N336 to get that back on track too, or kind of
Well, I think you're sort of stuck with that one because once the 751 is denied, that is its own independent basis to deny the N400. So I think an N336, I mean, an N336 would be a way to get it all looked at again, but I don't know if they would. I don't know if USCIS would voluntarily reopen a denied 751 just because you file an N336.
Right.
And
Well, so the N400 denial letter states that the reason for denial is because I didn't show up to the interview.
And when was the N400 interview rescheduled for?
It wasn't rescheduled. It just said it would be rescheduled. If it hasn't been rescheduled in 60 days, I need to call them again. And it hasn't been 60 days.
You have that in writing?
Yes.
Yeah, dude. I'd sue him.
Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah.
How do I get in touch with you guys?
Mari, do we have any contact info? We will follow up today or tomorrow. All right.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks, Andy. Sorry you're going through that.
That's okay. Thank you.
All right. All right. Jim working on his sunburn. Yes, the sun is coming, but that's okay. It's a little chilly here. It's about 50 degrees. Paul and Patience, I can't talk to you while you're driving, and I can't talk to you when you're on camera. So, interview experience. Hello.
Hi, Jim.
How you doing?
Good, good. How are you?
Great. What's up?
So no, I just want to tell you about how my interview went today.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So we went this morning with my wife. We got in, we did all the stuff. And then we were waiting with our lawyer outside. They called our name. We go in. He just, the officer just does the usual questions. He do the fingerprint and then just asked me the I-485 questions, the I-130. How we met. He saw the pictures, and that's pretty much it. Like, he didn't went through anything else. Like, it was just really normal. I was so nervous about it, but he just but he didn't approve it like right away. So,
Are you the U.S. citizen? Or are you the?
no, I'm the beneficiary. My wife is a U.S. citizen.
And was your wife born in the United States?
Yes.
And how many times have you been married?
Oh, just once.
How many times has she been married?
Just once too.
When you applied for your green card based on marriage, were you in status or were you out of status?
I was out of status for about 10 years.
10 years. Okay, well that's why they didn't approve anything, because they have to go run it all past their boss.
Oh, okay.
So they didn't separate you?
No, it was all together. Yeah.
And on a scale of 1 to 10, how much evidence would you say that you had?
I would say 10. We had a lot of evidence. Yeah, bank statements. Like, it was mostly about what we talk here, because I watch the show every day. Oh, I'm the guy who sent you the Connecticut lawyer because it was in Connecticut.
Oh, thank you. That was very nice. I appreciate that.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So
AKA Kevin.
yeah.
Okay. So, how did your lawyer think it went?
Well, he said that it was good. Like, we did good. The only thing that, we kind of messed, it was because, so my wife was very nervous, and the officer asked my wife something, and she didn't answer, so I answered for her, so that was not good. But the officer didn't say anything, but my lawyer said, like, yeah, you shouldn't be doing that. But,
like, more than one question?
No, it was so we had a picture where we were in a convention, and he asked us about the convention, and my wife was like, she was rambling about, so I just answered for her. So it was kind of like an open question, like, it doesn't really matter who answered it, but it was nothing big, like,
Did the officer spend much time on the fact that you've been out of status for 10 years?
No, he didn't even mention it. He asked me if I work without authorization. I said yes. He didn't even ask me about that. Like, it was extremely.
What country are you from?
Guatemala. Yeah.
And when you came 10 years ago, was what kind of visa?
It was B1, B2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I would say one of two things is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Either you're going to get a green card in about a month, or I'll say three things: a green card in about a month,
okay,
or they're going to come knock on your door at 5 a.m. to make sure you guys are sleeping in bed, or they're going to call you in for a second interview.
Okay.
But hopefully it'll just be the green card.
Well, hopefully, yeah, for sure.
All right, well, let us know.
Okay, sure.
Thanks,
I will.
brother.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jim. Take care.
I love it when people call and tell us about their interview. Paul, hello. You're on mute. Paul and Patience, hello. You're on mute. Oh. Julie's here. Julie, put up the "you're on mute" sign. Are you
Hey,
ready?
Jim.
What's
I'm
up?
not ready. I just give me 2 minutes.
Okay, I'll come back. Fergamore, hello.
Oh, hi. How you doing, Uncle Jim? Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine. How are you doing?
Oh, thank you. Thanks for all you do for the community.
Of course. What's up?
I have a couple questions on my M400. I noticed some stuff missing,
Okay.
so I need your help with it.
Okay.
So where son or daughters are supposed to be printed, my lawyer, I guess, forgot. I have 4 stepsons. How can I add that? My interview is on next Thursday.
Okay. So I have this YouTube video that you should go look for. It's called Errata Sheet, ERRATA, ERRATA. It's sort of like error, but errata. And what that means is you're going to type out the question and then write out the correct answer. So like for that part of the N400, there's a little table with a couple pieces of information. I don't remember exactly what they are each kid. So type out the question, type out the answer, and then any other corrections, you do the same thing. And then when you go into your interview, the officer will say, okay, before you sit down, let me get your green card, let me get your driver's license and your passport. You hand that to them with your left hand, and with your right hand, you hand them the errata sheet, and you say, oh, we have to make a couple corrections. And you do it at the very beginning so that they don't say later that you only told them about your 4 stepsons when they confronted you with your lying ass of not putting it on your N400.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So
yes,
right at the beginning.
At the beginning. Okay, and there's one more question. Question number: If you ever been deported from the United States? I was ordered deported in absentia, but I've never physically been deported. How should I answer that? Because
that's a yes.
The lawyer answered no, but I'm not. It's yes. Oh, okay.
Yes. Yep.
Okay, and do I sign the errata sheet too, or no?
No.
Just hand it to them with all the corrections.
Is your lawyer going
before? Okay. Yeah. He's supposed to, but I'm now having second thought because I just found these mistakes on the N400 application.
Can we spend a minute talking about your in absentia order? Were you a kid when that happened?
Sure.
You were a kid. Were you a kid when that happened, or were you an adult?
No. I was an adult. I was over 21.
How did you get that overturned?
My lawyer filed a motion to reopen. She reopened it, and we filed another I-130 with my new spouse.
And that got approved, and then you got the in absentia removal order. So brother, yes. you need to check. There's probably more than one question that you need to review. You need to go over that N400 every single question. There's a whole section there about removal. You probably have to answer more than one question. Yes. So be careful, and also send the errata sheet to your attorney before you go into the interview and say, hey, this is what I'm thinking. What do you think?
Yes, because there's a section for citation or ever being held by law enforcement.
Yeah.
He didn't put I was held by ICE twice. He didn't put that in too. Should I include that too?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's okay. That's what the purpose of the interview is for, is to make corrections to your N400. This is okay.
Okay, so it's just okay.
Now,
so making the errata sheet and
does it instill a lot of confidence from the old attorney? Yeah, probably not. But this is not fatal, is what I'm telling you. It should be okay.
Well, yeah. The thing is, this is not the attorney that helped me with my green card. Yeah. It's the same. It's the same. How you call it, law firm, but it's a different attorney. And I don't know. I mean, I haven't second thoughts seeing these mistakes.
Yeah, well, the other lawyer's pretty kick-ass because he got your removal order set aside. So maybe
she did a great job. But she's working for USCIS now, so she can't help me now.
That sucks.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck. Let us know how it goes. Okay.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Take care, Jim. Thank you. Bye.
You got it. This is the Immigration Answers Show. My name is Jim Hacking. Our friend Craig Jones says he has bad news from Jamaica. I'm very sorry to hear that. I would be interested to hear, Craig, what the bad news is. I'm very sorry. You know, we're praying for everybody from Jamaica, and I know that storm was a hell of a storm. So please share when you can, Craig. I'm very sorry. hopefully everything's gonna work out, but that didn't sound good. Okay, let's see if Paul pulled over. Paul, you ready?
Yes, sir. Yeah. I'm home.
Awesome. Oh, no camera, bro. No camera. We don't do
Okay,
camera.
no problem. All right. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
So what's up?
Yeah. Back in 2023, you encouraged me to file the I-130 as soon as possible, which I did. And
Okay. Bum, 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 bum.
they said to send my wife interview scheduled to the embassy in Liberia.
Okay.
But it's been about, I think, 3 months now. I haven't heard back from them. So I was wondering, what's your thought on that?
3 years, three months since she had her interview.
No, she has 3 months since the MVC sent her in, let's say her date to the embassy in Liberia.
Oh, so you're just waiting for a date.
Yes, I'm just waiting for a date.
So do you check like the chat rooms and Reddit and stuff to figure out how long it takes to get an interview in Liberia after the NVC says you're documentally qualified? I don't know the answer to that question.
Oh, no.
I would imagine it's about a year, so I think you're just waiting.
Okay.
All right.
All right, no problem. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Posted. Yeah, for sure. All right. Is that an M? Hello.
Hi, Jim. Thank you for taking my call. So I just want to ask one thing. So my sister, she applied for I-589, and she had received 2 days back AAF fees regarding to that. When she tried to pay online, it shows that you can't. We couldn't find your case and review information submitted is incorrect before you try again. So that is the pop-up, website. So what should she do?
Call USCIS, ask for a supervisor, and try to figure out if you can make an info pass so she can go down to USCIS and ask them to fix it.
Okay, thank you so much. So one more question. So she is helping, she's with her husband. Right now is husband. So she got her EAD beginning of this year, and she have not worked yet. Does that affect her interview later on?
The question is the fact that someone is seeking asylum and they're not working in the United States, does that hurt their chances of getting asylum?
Yeah, she have not been working the last 6 months, I think.
Yeah, you don't have to have a job in order to get asylum in the United States. At least not yet, but don't give them any ideas. No, you don't. You don't have to.
Oh, all right. Thank you so much.
There's no
Thanks for your
public charge.
time.
There's no public charge stuff or concerns like that for asylum seekers. Okay. All right, that was he got it. Let's go to Nancy.
Hello, Mr. Jim.
Hello, Nancy.
Hi, sir. First of all, thank you so much for giving me this time.
Of course.
Sir, first of all, me and my husband, we are originally from Afghanistan.
Okay.
So I filled out I-130 on August this year for my husband. It got approved, and right now the case is in U.S. Embassy of Sweden for the interview.
Great.
But first of all, I have no idea when they were gonna call him for the interview. Is there any exact time for that?
Are you a U.S. citizen?
No, I'm a green card holder.
Yeah. So when did you file the I-130 originally?
On August 28, 2025.
Yeah, you have a long way to wait because there's a backlog of about 2 years for final action date. So nothing's going to happen anytime soon for your husband.
So for this time, is it possible for me to apply for the re-entry permit and be with my husband?
Oh, well, we need to think about that because how long have you had your green card?
I got my green card this year, January of this year.
Okay, so you're not going to be able to apply for citizenship anytime soon.
Yes.
Okay.
So there's no way that I can apply for the re-entry permit and be with my husband.
No. I wasn't done. Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Yeah. If you were like really close to getting your citizenship, because if you get your citizenship, then your husband goes to the front of the line, right? But you're 4 years away from getting your citizenship, which means hopefully he'll get his green card to come before you are able to apply for your citizenship. So that means you don't lose much by doing the reentry permit.
Okay, and also there's no problem for me to getting a Sweden visa from marriage base.
Wait, you guys are already married, right?
Yes, we already married. I married on 2024 in
What's it
United
like?
States.
I don't get Sweden. How does Sweden play into all this?
My husband came from Sweden. He has dual nationality as well.
Okay.
Yes, he came to the United States with the ESTO visa. We got married on 2024. Then once I got my green card, I applied for my husband.
Got it.
Yeah, right now he applied for me as well. I got approved from Sweden. So I'm expecting to receiving the visa from Sweden.
You mean this? Okay. That's a little trickier. So, So if you get this reentry permit, are you going to go stay straight for 2 years, or are you going to go and come back, go and come back, go and come back?
Which thing is good for me? What do you think?
The latter, to go and come back, not to just go there for a straight. Because what we don't want is for them to say, come up with some twisted way of saying. Now, just so you know, if you're gone for more than 6 months, that's going to reset when you can apply for citizenship. So I want to make sure that you understand that, right?
Yeah, I already know that.
Okay.
So because in all
The concern with the Swedish visa is that they start saying somewhere down the line that you're not really residing here. So I'd be okay. I would feel more comfortable if you went to see him for 5 months, came back for a month, went to see him for 5 months, came back for a month for the next 2 years. I'd feel a lot better about that.
So it means I really don't need to apply for re-entry permit.
Well, that's true, but it never hurts to have a reentry permit.
Okay, because during this time I was pregnant and I lost my baby, so we are suffering so many things. We are trying to be with each other at least.
Of course. Yeah, go, sister, go. Now, you still got to pay your taxes. You still got to keep stuff here, because at the end of the day, when he has his interview, they're going to ask, well, why should we give you a green card if your wife is always in Sweden with you? So that's another reason why I don't want you going for 2 years straight. So keep coming back and forth, and I would say no trips more than 5.5 months.
And also trying to find an online job to have at least have some kind of income. So
well, you're going to
because I'm sponsoring my husband as well.
You're going to need a co-sponsor either way. I mean, unless you're overseas doing an online job making $30,000-$40,000 a year.
Because when I apply and I fill out the I-130, when I submit all my tax return with the paychecks, they accept it and saying that you're enough for your husband to sponsor him.
Yeah, but
so
they're pushing back on this now, and we're going to be 2 years down the road, so it's very likely that they might ask for updated proof of income.
Yeah. So on that time, can I add someone as a joint sponsor?
Yep.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate your help. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'm sorry about your baby.
That's fine. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye. All right. Let's go to Pixie. Pixie, what's going on?
Yeah, good afternoon. So I got a citation for a loud noise.
Oh, no.
Loud noise. So I haven't made a decision on it yet. So I have 2 options of no contest, and I also want to decide on no contest with a probation or a deferred disposition. But the deferred disposition is entirely on the judge to provide or not. So basically it would be like a no contest. So it says if it is a no contest I'm doing, it would come as a conviction on my record. And
What state is this?
This is the Texas state.
And is it a municipal ticket? It's just a ticket you're talking about?
Yes. It's just a municipal citation.
And because your car was too loud?
No, not car. It is about my private residence over here.
Oh, like you're having a big party?
Not big party. It was like a community party. But basically I was the one who was caught, even though like
You were the DJ.
whatever the
You were the DJ cranking up the music.
no. I was just silently standing over there and watching, but unfortunately, I was the first person who cop talked to.
Oh man, that
and
sucks. So it wasn't even your house.
no, it was a common community area.
And so like this is like a condo association, and some asshole called the cops
Ye-
because the brown
Yes, so
people
right.
were too loud.
Sorry,
Because they were mad because the brown people were too loud, so they called the cops.
I don't know about that. What is what? But at the end of the day, I'm more worried that I got a citation and
So
I'm on a non.
where are you in the immigration journey?
I am currently a non-immigrant, and I have I-140 approved, and I am waiting for my date to be current, which would be like at least it would be 4 or 5 years until it would be current, is what I see now.
So
But I am on non-immigrant right now visa.
so do you have an H-1B and you're writing or
Yes.
Yeah. So do you have a traffic attorney? Or
I don't
criminal attorney?
I don't have any attorney because I never had anything like this before. This is the first time I'm having this thing. So I reached out to few people. They suggested me few things. So that is what they told is the best for you.
So
but it's up to you to decide.
So know this. Ultimately, probably none of this matters to your immigration status, okay?
Mhm.
Probably it's not going to impact your ability to renew your H-1B or to get your green card, but these are strange times and they are being assholes, right?
Right.
So let's do our best. And what I would do is I would hire a criminal
Mhm.
defense attorney in the town. I would go on Google and I
Mhm.
would put in criminal defense attorney for the town in which this happened. And whoever
Mhm.
has the most 5-star reviews, I would hire them and I say, hey, I am an immigrant. I'm illegal. I'm legal, but I don't, and I have status. But in the future, I'm going to want to get my green card and citizenship. Is there any way that you could reach out to the prosecutor and see if this could just be dismissed or amended or something that doesn't put me in any trouble at all? And I mean, I would think nobody's
Mhm.
going to get too excited about this. You just pay the fine and off you go. But I would try to get a lawyer to get you a better deal than you can get on your own.
Okay. Yeah, I will do that. But like, what happens in the scenario like I go with the no contest and I get a conviction? So
I think nothing. I think nothing in the real world, except that might alert them to think that you're here, and they might start paying attention and all this stuff. But I mean, this is really, really dumb, and it shouldn't amount to anything. And it's 99% chance not going to be anything.
Yeah. So there is a question on DS-160. So it only says like, were you ever arrested or convicted for any crime? And you just have to select yes and no over there. So basically, when I do a no contest, it's like technically I am convicted because it is a Class C misdemeanor in Texas over here for that. So I have to select yes over there.
Well, there is one other thing too, is you could hire a lawyer and say, I want to go to trial. This is bullshit. I didn't do anything. I was just one of the people at the party.
Right. I mean, that is totally subjective on the judge, but I'm just checking on the options. Like if I happens that I see the circumstances going against me, and then I have to do a no contest, and it comes
So
as a conviction.
here's the deal.
Mhm.
So, there's 50 states, right?
Mhm.
And each state has their own definition of every single crime.
Right. I saw that.
Like where I live, if you get a ticket for speeding, they amend it to excessive vehicle noise. Your car's too loud. So in Missouri, that's how we do it. In Texas, they do it a different way. According to you, it's a Class C misdemeanor, and I believe you, right?
Mhm.
So I say all that because I can't tell you as we sit here what's going to happen immigration-wise about your criminal case. Like usually, if somebody asks me that, we charge them $5,000. Right. And we have to do a deep dive because there's different laws in all 50 states. We have to compare it to the federal immigration laws. And what I'm telling you is, unless you want to spend $5,000, I don't even do this anymore. I don't even offer it as a service. But unless you want to pay some immigration lawyer to tell you for sure that it's safe for you to take no contest with a quote unquote conviction, most lawyers aren't going to do that, right?
Right.
So I think what you do is you find the criminal defense attorney who knows the cops and say, look, this is going to put this guy in a bad situation. It wasn't really even his party. He just was there and he was the first person the cop talked to. Can't we work something out? That's why I want you to hire a lawyer.
Okay.
All right?
But I appreciate all your advice and suggestions. But just on the technical part, right? So it is a conviction on the DS-160.
I told him all that stuff. And then he said, but he wanted to keep talking. He wanted more clarity. He wanted me to say that everything's going to be okay. And I can't do that. And I wouldn't do it for $5,000, and I'm not going to do it for free on YouTube. Destiny, hello.
Hello.
Hi.
I want to say thank you for everything you do. My husband got his green card early August, so we're super excited. But I am calling you again. I want to thank you because you've helped me so much. But I'm calling because initially my husband's son, the reason why we didn't file for him to come at that moment was because his mother wasn't sure she wanted to let him come, as well as last name issues. So my husband, his last name is Garcia.
Okay.
That is his stepfather's name. So his mother just gave that to him. He hates it, but we used it because that's his legal name. So when he had his son, he gave him his mother's name that he tries to carry, but it's not the name he has. So I don't know if it's best. We were thinking about, now that he is here, correcting his name. Is that going to be problems with this administration if we try to change his name?
Don't do anything. Don't do anything to your husband's name until he gets his citizenship.
Okay, I'm glad I called you because we were about to do that.
Yeah, don't. How old is the kid?
He is 13.
And the kid's overseas?
Yes.
And how long ago did you file for your husband?
I filed March 31st of 2024.
So we've lost a year and a half by not filing for the son.
Yeah, but the mother wasn't allowing us at that time.
Okay, but now she's hip.
Yep, full board.
So let's get that thing on file. Worry about the name stuff later. I mean, is dad on the birth certificate?
That's a great question. I should check that. I'm not sure.
Dude, that's the $1 million question.
I know.
You're worried about whether he's Garcia or not. That's the $1 million question.
I don't think it is. That's why his I don't think it is. That's why he keeps saying his birth certificate's incorrect, because his name, that's what it is. Oh my gosh. His dad's name is incorrect on his son's birth certificate. So he put his own name as, the last name he wants, not the last name he carries. That's the issue. And so he gave his son. So I guess that's another issue because his son has the incorrect name too.
Okay. So now I think I understand.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. So just to keep things simple, and I know he has lots of other names.
Mm-hmm.
The name that you used for him when you applied for your husband's green card, we'll just say it was Jaime Garcia, right?
Mm-hmm.
But for the immigration process, he goes around and says, my name's Jaime Alvarez.
Mm-hmm.
And so because he doesn't like going around as Jaime Garcia, when his son was born, he put Jaime Alvarez on the birth certificate for the kid.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Yeah, he put the kid's Alvarez and his name as Alvarez. He did not use Garcia.
Got it. So in other words, the name of your husband isn't the name of your husband on your son's birth certificate does not match the name of your husband that got his green card.
That's correct.
Got it. Okay. Okay. Here's the $1 million question. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
On the I-45, it asks, have you ever used any other names? Does he have Alvarez and Garcia on the 485?
So he wasn't here. We only did that. It was a standalone.
Yeah.
And I did put, he used the email Arguello. Oh, I said the name, but I used the email the name that he did. I listed it.
Well, the email doesn't count. Is there any question on the DS-160 or DS-260? Are there any other names that you've used. I don't know. I haven't filled out a DS-260 in a really long time.
I'll have to double check. I have that here. I'll double check. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I want to say I did.
So that'd be important. It'd be nice to have nailed down the fact that your husband has this name of his stepfather or whoever it was and the name of his mother, right? So that'd be helpful. And you know, obviously in Latin American countries, that's pretty common that
That's
you
what I heard.
sometimes use your mother's name, and you know, people have like 3 or 4 last names. So yeah, I think Ms. B is right. So can we correct Sonny Boy's birth certificate?
Well, and I think I did. I want to go back to this. I mentioned it again where they asked about Facebook. I know I mentioned that too, but again, you said that didn't matter. Just need the name. So they tried once, but the grandfather they went to the attorney. They had the hearing or whatever you want to call it in that country, and the grandfather didn't remember the son's or his grandson's date of birth and stuff, so they denied it because they thought that they were lying.
Okay.
So,
well, at the end of the day, the first thing we need to do is get the I-130 on file, but maybe we don't want to rush. Maybe we want to clean up Sonny Boy's birth certificate first. That's probably the right play. And then eventually, at some point, there might have to be DNA.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time. And again, I appreciate everything you do for so many people in this country. Thank you.
Hi, Destiny. What a nice lady. Did you guys know? So I'm reading, there's a crime series that I really like called, it's from Norway. The books are written in Norwegian, but I read obviously the English translations. The officer's name is Joe Nesbo, and I actually heard him. I went to see him talk. It was like his 13th or 14th book. So I bought book number 14, and I'm going back to read all the ones. I got it autographed, so I'm reading all the ones up until I get to that one. And the last one that I read was about babies and about people having children. That the theory of the book, there's a theory in the book. It cites a study. I don't know if it's true or not, and I don't think he's making the point that this is unusual to Norway. But he said that basically 20% of the people walking around in Norway or the world thinking they know who their father is are wrong. 20%. 20%. What do you guys think about that? Do you think that could be accurate? Do you think that listening to this show, you'd probably say, hell yes, brother. It's probably closer to 40%. But that just sort of blew my mind. The other thing, I'm glad Matt is here, and Kenyon will try to fix the settings on the names. I don't know what happened. Bossy203 says absolutely. Enigma says absolutely. Demo says in Africa it's more like 60%. What the heck? Raphael says, wow, I don't know. But in any event, the other thing that I want to tell you, did we talk about Christine says in Jamaica it's more than that, Jim. Nurse Laura says, that sounds like more than I think it would be, but there definitely are lots of people who don't have the right info about their dads. Oh, shit. Shows how dumb I am. I don't know anything. I believe everybody. But anyway, we watched this show on Netflix called The Perfect Neighbor. Has anybody watched The Perfect Neighbor? Now, listen, I didn't know anything about it except the one thing I'm going to tell all of you because I don't want to ruin it. But it's a documentary. Laura said a lot of people had impossible blood types when they told me about their parents. Yeah, Laura, that's sort of what the book's about. I'm going to try to fix the name thing. But this movie or documentary called The Perfect Neighbor, it's about the whole thing is body cam footage from the police going out to this one neighborhood over and over and over. You wouldn't think that it would be that interesting, but it is really interesting. It made me think a lot about this policy now that USCIS says they're going to go out and talk to people's neighbors because these neighbors hated each other. And I don't want to give away anything other than that, other than to say I highly recommend that you watch it. I highly recommend that you watch it. It's an hour and a half, so It's also very Florida and very sad and very, very compelling. I'll say this: the police officers and the sheriffs, the deputies that deal with these situations, they have to be social workers, mediators, advocates. I thought they did a whole lot to try to lessen the stress. Yeah, there's a major Karen character. It is very devastating, but I highly recommend to watch it. These neighbors really didn't like each other. And so I was thinking, man, if one of these people was applying for an immigration benefit and immigration came to talk to the other one, that would be really bad. Tired Canyon said, oh my God, I was born out of wedlock. Now I'm wondering if my dad is my dad. Oh, we don't want to have crisis of conscience here. Don't worry about it. The comments are going crazy. That lady is mean to her neighbors. She was terrible to her neighbors, but we're not talking about it until Laura watches it. All right. We don't want to ruin it for anybody, but definitely watch it. Oh my gosh. It was something very sad, very sad. Okay. Bunny, hello.
Hello, sir.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Right on.
So I have a quick question. On this Monday, October 27, I have a marriage green card interview with my wife. It's going very well, to be honest. We both like the answer is very like smoothly gone. It's in Kansas City, Missouri.
Okay.
But the thing is, I have like a criminal history. That's a misdemeanor. But that thing is like for shoplifting, which is dismissed because I'm not a part of that. I'm not found guilty and everything. And this, like, I never have arrest as well. This is only the summon given by the police officer. That's all happened. And in recent, like when we married, like that time I'm also out of status because I'm an international student here.
Yeah.
But like after like 3 weeks, like Homeland Security sent me a letter. In the letter they mentioned like a radioactive error or something like that, and you're on status, nothing gonna affect you for your future benefit, anything.
Not radioactive, you mean retroactive.
Oh, my bad, retroactive. My bad. I'm so sorry.
Oh, wait, no, you're okay. Okay, so wait, I think I know about this. So you're one of these people that last February, March, they terminated people's SEVIS records because they had a shoplifting charge, even if the charge got dismissed. And then they reinstated the people because me and all the other kick-ass immigration lawyers sued their ass, and the judges were all
Superman. You guys are Superman, to be honest, man.
Okay.
Seriously, to be honest, you saved me.
I got you. Okay, good. So, wait, just to be clear. So whenever someone tells me their criminal case got dismissed, I always have to clarify that. So what you're saying is there was a summons issued for shoplifting, and either the prosecutor dropped it or the judge dropped it. You didn't do classes or probation or anything.
No, I did, because like that time my attorney, whoever I hired, he gave me the one option: you want to fight or you want to be like remove the charges, because I'm not like that time I'm so new in the States. It's really hard for me to manage everything. So I'd be like, yeah, I want to remove everything. So he'd be like, just do like it's like a community service thing. Just do that, submit to the prosecutor. That's all we needed, and they dismiss.
Okay, so it wasn't an outright dismissal, but it was like amended, and this was a municipal charge. This wasn't a state charge, was it?
It's I don't know. It's a state charge. Yeah, it's a state charge because it's happened in circuit court. In Virginia.
Okay. Oh yeah, Virginia. They're hard asses on everything crime related. Okay. So what happened at your interview? Did they bring this up?
So yeah, like they have like when they go through the 680 whatever the form 864 form. So when I go through, like they ask me like every single thing. Do you ever convicted, arrested? So I need to mention but I bring my charge sheet which mention like the dismiss on it. So I submit to the officer.
Okay. So what's the question for me? I got the scenario. What's up?
So I'm just worried about but she didn't like approve me. She be like, we need a time. So we're gonna send you like whatever the answer is.
So even the I-130 didn't get approved?
No, it's not got approved. And I still didn't receive my work permit as well.
Yeah. How long ago did you file?
I filed it April 16th.
Did you use a lawyer?
Yes, I use a lawyer.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much marriage evidence did you have?
To be honest, 8. I'm not going too crazy because we marry very early, and but we have like a very good picture. My wife is very manageable. Like we both are students, so she managed very nicely. Like the scrapbook, the love letters, the pictures, everything, and the story is very like real. It's not nothing fake because I
I
married
think
for
you're
the love.
I think you're fine. We've had a couple of cases like this with what I would say minor criminal stuff, and we have not received quick approvals, even of the I-130. So I think you'll probably get an approval like in a month or two, probably a month.
Hmm.
I'm not worried.
So don't need to worry about that.
Mm-mm.
Thank God. That's the only issue. Like a whole time I can't sleep because my lawyer tell me like it's all the time game now. I was like, for you, it's easy. For me, it's hard.
I think you're good, brother. Good luck. Let us know, okay?
Thank you so much. Thank you. Have a good day. Thank Jim.
See you, buddy. Eduardo says, why do they call it The Perfect Neighbor? The title was misleading. And Micah says, that lady was annoying. She kept complaining. And Bossy said, yes, considering all the footage they had. And Pootalicious says, in the documentary, she calls herself the perfect neighbor. That's true. She did call herself the perfect neighbor. And she sure was the neighbor from hell. Alana, hello. Hello, Alana. You're on mute. Alana's on mute. Alana's on mute. Let's see. MetaClown says, I stated that I wasn't ever denied a visa, but I found out my aunt took me age 9 denied. You can amend that. Let them know that you made a mistake. Alana?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, how are you today?
Great. Go ahead.
Okay, I have a very long case.
Okay.
It started, I'm like here like 31 years or so, but I used to travel back and forth when I was a child up until an adult using a multiple indefinite. So when I spent 3 years and then I went back home, but during that 3 years, from 89 to 92, I did shoplifting and I got a case and I had to do like some community service.
Okay.
So I did that and then I went home and then I came back again.
Home is where?
Excuse me?
Home is where?
In Trinidad.
Okay.
Okay, so so I kept coming back, going back and forth. It wasn't an issue. And then my mother filed for me, and that was like going to take 10 years. She encouraged me to get married, so I did. That didn't go well for 3 years. I got approved with that marriage.
Approved for a green card?
I got approved for my I-130.
Okay.
And I had my work authorization card for some time, from some years. I ended up divorcing because he was ill-treating my son. So we ended up going our separate ways, and I stayed with my mom. Then I got married again to my son's father. So that was going through. I got approved on the I-130, the first interview.
Wait. So the father of your son was not the same person that you filed an I-130 for you before?
No.
Okay. And the father of your child, did you have that child while you were married to the first person or after? Or?
No, before.
Before, okay.
But the person that I'm married to right now for 15 years is my son's father, and we have 3 additional children.
Okay, so just let me get this straight. So you and Albert have a kid. Then you don't marry Albert right away. Instead, you marry Barry. Barry files an I-130 for you, but then he's abusive to your son, so you ditch Barry, and then you end up marrying Albert, and then you have 3 more kids with Albert.
Yes, but I know my son's father since we were kids, since we're like 13 years old. So
everyone thinks that's your real love, and that this marriage to Albert was just to get a green card.
Well, my mom encouraged me. I really didn't want to do that.
You should stop saying that.
Yes. Okay. All right. Okay, so this is the case, and that was that.
So
It was approved anyway, so I mean, it wasn't. They didn't have an issue with this. So now me and my current husband, we had filed in 2010, and everything was right. We got the approval and so on and so forth. But then in 2013, I got arrested for leaving my kids out in the car. And
so you at that time you had a green card.
I did not have any of that. They did.
You keep saying things get approved, but you just mean the I-130.
The I-130, yes.
And
Only.
your husband is a U.S. citizen?
Right now, yes. The one that's right now, yes.
And when you filed the I-130, based on that marriage to him, you didn't also file the 45, or they just never ruled on it?
Well, let me tell you the whole story, because all of this, when I got arrested, when they approved the I-130, and we were waiting. In 2013, I got arrested for leaving the kids. That year, my mom was, she got a stroke, incapacitated, and back and forth into Maryland, very stressed out. 2 babies in a stroll, in car seats. It was very hard for me. So, I mean, I know they wouldn't care about this, but I'm just saying it.
I understand.
For you, right? So, so this thing is very, very stressful. I did all of that, and then they came, and as soon as I got the arrest, they denied me right away. They sent a denial letter stating, because I got arrested, that's it, I'm done, everything's denied. They had denied me also from before with the one with my mother. They had denied me also that as well. So they sent me into the removal. Well, not removal, well, just to notice to appear. And I went through the whole thing with the court, and the judge granted. She saw no reason. She said, go ahead, continue. I have the letter proving that they allowed me to continue pursuing my my status.
So the judge didn't give you a green card?
No.
The judge terminated court proceedings so that you could try and get a green card from USCIS?
Yes, but the whole problem with that whole thing is, when I went in to continue with my pursuing and so on, I did file, and then the lady told me, okay, you'll get your green card in 5 days. But then the 5 days came into a whole bunch of years. And then the next that I went in, they said they wanted to see my I-94. I took it in there. They punched in the numbers but could not find my entry into the United States. So this was a problem for me. So, okay, after all of this, I just stopped, because I was spending way too much money, a lot of money, thousands and thousands, and I just didn't bother to do it anymore. So now my question to you is, if I should bother.
And then this guy, Donald Trump, got elected.
Yeah, so that I was trying to do it from a couple when it was Biden time, but things keep happening, and then I have to withdraw the money out of the account, and then just leave it alone. But I was starting to do all of these things at that time, in the last maybe 3 years ago, and I just couldn't do it. So now this is my situation. I just wondered if I should file, because I had that arrest, and they deemed me very badly when coming to leaving the kids.
Well, what happened to that arrest?
Nothing, because I did the PTI, and
so there's a conviction.
They said if I do the PTI, then they would do the so-called dismissal. Let's just put that.
But for immigration, that's probably still a conviction.
Yes.
So was it a felony or a misdemeanor?
I think it was I don't know. I think it was a felony. They said very bad things about.
You had a lawyer?
Excuse me?
You had a criminal defense lawyer?
Yes, I did.
Did they tell you that if you pled guilty, right?
He said not to plead guilty. He said not guilty. That's why they lessened down the charges. So he put that on the paper. He said, no, do not plead guilty. So I did not plead guilty.
Okay. So the I-130 that your current husband filed, has that been approved?
That's what I'm telling you, that they had denied me, because once I've gotten arrested, they wouldn't deny the
I-130 for that. The I-130 is only if it's a valid marriage or not. So they might have.
No, they approved the I-130, but once everything was filed together, I-485 and everything else was already there.
Yeah.
They were continuing, but once I got that arrest, it probably like 2 weeks later or 3 weeks later, the denial letter came in the mail to deny everything for me,
Including the I-130.
I believe so. Yes.
I don't believe so, but that's okay.
No.
We can figure that out. That's okay. You should track down one, you probably need an attorney. Two, you need to track down the criminal records and see if we might need to go back and try to undo that conviction if that makes you inadmissible. We need to get your court file, your USCIS file. If you're ready to deal with this, the thing is, they're going to come find you sooner rather than later if you just keep waiting. I was sitting in immigration detention today looking at a guy who stopped going to school a year and a half ago, and just out of the blue, they knocked on his door yesterday. So that knock is coming for you if you don't deal with this. So, yes, it would have been much better to deal with this during Biden time. But I think that if you don't start dealing with this soon, I'm worried about that I-94. Do you think that I-94 might be fake?
It was not, because I came when my son was a year and a half old. When he was a year and a half, I came into JFK.
Yeah.
I think the problem is when they took me in with my son at that time when I came to JFK, and they asked me why is my son a U.S. citizen and whatnot. So now I have to explain to them I came and I had my son, blah, 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 that story. And then they just stamped the paper for me. That's it. And they gave me.
Yeah. Right. Do you still have it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is a monumental project. If you want to undertake this, I'm talking probably $15,000, $20,000 in legal fees. There's a lot of work to clean up this mess.
Yeah.
If you want to try and fix it, we'd be happy to work with you on it.
Okay. So do you think this is doable or not? Because the conviction was 12 years ago, but I know there's people like more than that has convictions. So
yeah, I would say mildly doable. I would say there's a path. Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks for the call.
Thank you so much for all your help.
You got it. Wait, just before I go, 2 people mentioned a phrase that I've never heard before: giving a jacket. Giving a jacket sounds like a phrase that I want to understand. So can somebody tell me what give a jacket means? I think maybe I'll look at what's that website? Urban Dictionary. Let's see here. Urban Dictionary. I want to know about this. Oh, 67 is the first thing on there. Give a jacket. What does this mean? I think I know what it means, but I just want to make sure. Oh, there's a lot of weird things on here. No definitions for give a jacket. All right, so people are going to have to tell me what that means in the comments. It means you got a child that's not yours. Yeah, that's what I figured. This is a fun show. It was a great show. What in the world is 6-7? So 6-7 is the word of the year. I heard today 6-7 is the word of the year. In Jamaica, give a jacket is what they call when you give someone a child that's not theirs. Jacket equals giving a Yes, thank you, everybody. What a great show this was. The comments were killer today. He is not the father. Bye, everybody. No show tomorrow. We'll be back on Saturday at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. Central. He is not the father. And I'll try to fix the handles by then. Bye, everybody. Have a good night. Give a jacket. You learn something new every day. I'm great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of invasion.